seems like the kind of strategy a bank would invent, because you end up paying more interest just so that you can feel better about yourself as you're paying it down. Batsplaining. And I'm back. You're welcome. Today we're continuing with step 3, sizing up your villains. Because the Joker isn't the only one trying to trap you. Your credit card might just be a tiny plastic supervillain. We're going to probably need to use a spreadsheet here. I know, it's disgusting. But pull out your list of threats from step 1 and let's go. Now, I want you to note next to each one of your debt items here, put the interest rate. That's the power level. And then I also want you to include the due date. They go to Arkham on this day or before, never later. Understand? All right. Now, for promotional deals, I need you to make a note of what the promo rate is, as well as when it expires. You can put those down in there for now, because those deals are just a temporary truce. And then it's game on. Student loans, look, I know there's a whole gaggle of villains here. Treat each one separately. You need to label whether they're private or public, whether they're subsidized or unsubsidized. If you don't know what those mean, subsidized just means the government gives you some preferential stuff. Unsubsidized, all bets are off. If you're on a standard payment plan, just put the payoff date. If you're on an income-driven plan, put the forgiveness date. That's usually 20 to 25 years. As much as I like to punch him in the face, sometimes waiting the bad guys out is the best play. Now, for the main event, we're going to sort your villains by their threat level. Highest interest rate down to the lowest. This is the ultimate threat assessment, and the most dangerous goons go at the top. Now, I want you to put a space or draw a line at the 6% mark, because everything above 6% is now our most wanted list. So why 6%? Well, look, the 500 largest companies in America, S&P 500, together earn an average of about 6 to 7% per year. So even if we invested in those companies, we wouldn't be confident that our returns on any given year would outweigh the interest on our own debt. So if your credit card is at 28%, how much worse is that? Even if you stop spending on it and pay the minimum payment, that balance will double in less than 4.5 years. Because your minimum payment doesn't even scratch the surface of paying the interest that's being accrued. It's like the Joker teaming up with Harley Quinn, and each one has 2 rocket launchers. You can't let that happen. Now, for the battle plan. Look, there's 2 ways to do this, technically. The first is the Avalanche Method. The right method. The most strategic. You take out the most powerful villain first. You pay the highest interest rate first. The interest you save gets thrown right at the next one. It's faster. It's more efficient. It's how I would do it if I was in debt, and I'm not. Next, the Snowball Method. A lesser, more emotionally driven strategy. Pay off the lowest balance first. It gives you a little win, a little high five. It's fine for Robin, I guess. It provides emotional encouragement. But I don't do emotions. I win. This strategy seems like the kind of strategy a bank would invent, because you end up paying more interest just so that you can feel better about yourself as you're paying it down. Look, it doesn't really matter to me how you take out your villains. Just lock them up. Just remember, you have to pay the minimum on all of your debts. Think of it as the recon before you bring them down. That wraps up step 3. What are you waiting for? Start taking those debts out. All right, Batman out.
All right, this is where you say thanks for watching.
What? They should be thanking me. I'm out of here. Don't you worry about it, my nerd guy. I got this. Hey, thanks for watching. We hope that you like, subscribe, and check us out over on Patreon. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. They might just enjoy it too. All right, thanks so much. Bye.